And Ty Law joins us on the Harbor One hotline this morning. Hey, Ty, congratulations.
Hail to the victors. Hail to the victors, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, man, I'm feeling damn good, y'all. I'm smoking my hookah, having my coffee, trying to recover from last night.
Hell of a win.
Yeah, man. Hey, lawyer he's trying not to answer the phone, not give me my money. Hey, Wiggy, I want all my shit in one.
Early.
There you go. Get your bread,
early
man.
drop.
That's right.
We have to dump out of that, but Ty used an expletive, and I need to mention that Ty's first swear every week on this show is brought to you by QC Kinetics. They donate $20 per week to the Greg Hill Foundation, and Ty Law gives $100 in the swear jar for that one.
Yeah, QC Kinetics. Yeah, I mean, I had to give him one. I ain't gave you one in a while, but this is worthy because lawyer trying to duck out on my $1,000. I'm gonna go to Washington if I have to.
Go get your money, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get mine.
So you think Jim Harbaugh's gone, headed to the NFL?
Man, that's a hell of a way to go out, but hopefully they figure out a package to keep him. But I think with all the stuff hanging over, and it's like, some allegations and going into next season, man, he left. If he does leave, he left the program better than when he got there, and to come off a national championship. How you can't go no higher than that. So, like I said, it's going to come down to a lot of things, and he's going to have some protections. But man, it can go either way. I think he might end up bouncing. I mean, that's just my opinion, because guess what? If you're a head coach and you both going to make $15-20 million a year, and you get an off season in the pros, hell, you got somebody else doing all the recruiting and everything else. Hell, man, that's an easier job, Wiggy.
Yeah, plus they're going to hand him, wherever he goes, they're going to be, you could do whatever it is you want. You can run the show, the GM. He's not going someplace where he's just going to be just a coach.
Exactly. So he bet on himself. When he took the lesser money when it wasn't going so well in Michigan, and now he done flip that leverage back to himself. So congratulations to Coach Harbaugh. We want to see. Let me put it out there. We want to see you stay, but we understand if you go.
Ty, speaking of coaches and their futures, Bill making it through Black Monday, do you see this as a positive for fans that want to keep Bill around, or do you think that he still might be out the door?
You knew, because it's Bill Belichick, that it's not going to be as easy as what everyone might anticipate or think is going to happen on Black Monday. Certain coaches are exempt, and Bill Belichick is one of them. They're going to take their time, do what's and Mr. Kraft, what he thinks is best for the organization. It's a lot of things to talk about as far as Bill not being a GM or just coaching. And I've always said, if you just let him coach, he's going to be all right, because he can still do that. But this is going to be a process. This is not going to be, one of those things that, like most other coaches, they're going to get cut, the next day, as soon as the season is over. This is not Bill Belichick, but I think it is good that he's willing, at least from what I'm reading, that he's willing to step down and not have as much responsibility and just coach football, or getting the GM to do, some of that heavy lifting. So, I think it's looking good for Patriots fans who want to see Bill Belichick stay, but it's definitely not off the table. And I think it's 50-50 right now, to be honest with you guys.
Well, Bill said he's willing yesterday. Knowing him as you know him, is he actually willing? Is that a situation that can work going forward, where you have a general manager who's buying the groceries for Bill Belichick?
Think about this. Let's hypothetically say, guys, that it is going to be a GM come in. How is that GM? He's going to be walking on eggshells as soon as he come in. He ain't going to be able to make a decision. He's going to look at Belichick and just give him that snarl and that look like, really? This is what you want to do? So it's going to have to be a tough cookie that comes in there to take that job and try to work with Bill Belichick, being that he's ran the show for so long. And it's like, man, that's going to be hard, man. It got to be somebody with a real attitude, believe in himself, and willing to go head up, if it came down to it, with Bill Belichick. And that's going to be hard to do. So it's to take a special personality, because you're stepping into a role where Bill Belichick, no matter who comes in there, is still going to be king.
Ty, do you
and
think,
that's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
do you think it'll be a guy that maybe has been in there before, that went elsewhere, and that has the respect of Bill Belichick, and Bill has the respect of the guy? Like, and I'm not saying this is the guy, but somebody like in like a Scott Pioli type of sense, that Bill goes, okay, I can work with this guy. I respect what he's been able to accomplish in this role in the NFL before.
I mean, it's a possibility, and it has to be somebody like a Scott Pioli. But at the end of the day, he might have had the title, but Bill had the last say so there, too. You know that, Wiggy. Yeah, somebody can have the title, but at the end of the day, it's still Bill Belichick. So I just think it's going to be tough, and I'm glad that he's willing to do so, but it's going to take a special person or personality to be able to come do it. And being that Scott Pioli, because he kind of was groomed up under Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, they kind of know each other, that would be a fit. But how many Scott Piolis are out there?
Well, supposedly there was reporting yesterday that he's interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that he has been talking with the Crafts.
Who's that?
Scott Pioli.
I was just throwing, because who was the other guy that Curtis brought up? Dimitrov?
Thomas Dimitrov.
Yeah, so like somebody like that,
right,
where Bill, I think, has that respect for and goes, okay, if this guy says we should take this guy, I respect his opinion. And I would love to see Pioli.
I mean, I think it'd be great too, bringing back the old gang if it can work. But let's still understand that Belichick had the last call. So that's when it comes out to like certain decisions. Who is going to get the last call? Even if someone else has the title, it's going to be hard to do that with Bill Belichick because of who he is, what he's done in the organization. 20 plus years, 6 championships. Who's going to sit there and tell him if it came down to a pick? Belichick want this guy. The GM want this guy. Who's going to get the last say so? Let's be realistic.
Ty, on that sort of train of thought, my belief is that you should stop bringing back all of these retreads, whether it's Josh McDaniels, Bill O'Brien, Scott Pioli, whomever else. Why do you think Robert Kraft is so obsessed with trying to bring guys back that have failed elsewhere instead of trying to hire new coaches with opinions and viewpoints that don't exist inside the walls of Gillette Stadium now?
It's a different breed, a different organization. No one can even come remotely close to saying that they had the same success in the NFL for that amount of time. So, you could be just stuck in your ways and want to bring back that type of culture. You know what I mean? So, I'm not opposed to if it's the right guy. But it's the Patriots, man, because they got winning in the blood. So if you say whether it's a coach Mike Vrabel or Gerard Mayo or Scott Pioli, those are easy names to throw out there because they witnessed the culture of the New England Patriots. I think Mr. Kraft and Jonathan, the Patriot fans, they want to see that back. So that is a easy, go-to to say he's been here. He knows that. So. But Todd, it might be one of those it's a heart decision. Maybe not, making the decision with your mind. It's making one with your heart.
Right, but what defined the Patriots, as you described to us on several occasions, with the heartless negotiating tactics of Belichick. I mean, how many more people does Kraft need to see fail outside the Patriot bubble before he stops bringing them back?
You know what? It's going to take a little bit longer, Curtis, because, like I said, let's say if Coach Belichick, left the building for whatever reason, he goes to coaches. You don't think that somebody like Gerard Mayo should get an opportunity? You don't think somebody like Mike Vrabel, if he was, out there, that he wouldn't be considered? I think they're good coaches. You know what I mean? Mike Vrabel, he beat the Patriots before, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that Vrabel and Mayo are different because Vrabel specifically never coached with Bill. I think Vrabel's his own man, and I think from everything we read about Gerard Mayo and his great answer last week, he seems like an independent thinker. I'm talking more about the McDaniels, the Bill O'Briens, the Ryan Flores, like those kinds of guys.
Well, some people, you got to think, be it in the building, maybe not as a head coach, but to bring in Josh McDaniel, no one is saying anything about him as an offensive coordinator. That ain't the complaint. The complaint with Josh is when he was the head coach, he didn't have the success. But he has the success as a coordinator, so he can come back and you get back Josh McDaniel as the offensive coordinator. Who wouldn't take that deal? Because he's proven that this is what he does. If he's concentrating on just the offense and got to worry about none of the headaches as a head coach, and everybody ain't cut for a head coaching job. Everybody ain't cut to be, the captain of the team. So, I mean, you can still be a great role player. And I think that's what Josh is. He's a great role player when it comes to being an offensive coordinator.
Ty Law is our guest on a Ty Tuesday. Wiggy, during his lead this morning, addressed this argument that you can't trust Bill Belichick when it comes to having that number 3 pick. He's going to do something that's out of the ordinary with it. Do you agree? Wiggy says absolutely not, that Bill has rarely had a top 10 pick, so you can't base any of your suggestion on what he might do based on previous history. Do you agree?
Yes, I mean, you can. When has the Patriots ever been in a position to get this? Instead, when they got Drew, and Belichick wasn't there. So, this is something totally foreign to him, but I can see the way Coach Belichick thinks if he can, triple up and get a whole lot more value than maybe who they want at that pick. I can see him making some moves and getting, 3 first round picks and getting some in the later round. I mean, he might do something like that. I mean, because that's just who Bill is. But never being in that position, and then let's say you go out there and grab one of these quarterbacks and they go and shit the bed too and don't do nothing. Then what? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. My bad. No, you know what? I ain't sorry, Sean. You can't have your damn finger on the button. Hell. Hey, be ready for it. You never know when it's coming, Sean. You got to be quick with it. So, like I said,
I'm always ready.
I mean, hey, Belichick, I wouldn't put it past him if they don't have the absolute person they want to get at number 3 to make some power moves. And when you in that position, you know what, you got to weigh your options.
If you were Bill Belichick, who would that number 3 pick be?
If he's still there, I'm gonna get Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, everybody say a quarterback. I'm telling you, hey, you might be able to go out there and find a Dak Prescott. What round was he? Look, I mean, like I'm gonna leave Tom Brady off the table because that's a unicorn. 199. But if you go out there and get a serviceable quarterback that won't turn the ball over, and you got Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to help whatever quarterback that you have. I promise you that. So, I mean, that is one of those picks that'll be hard to pass up.
If Bill's not going to be
he's more of a guarantee than the quarterback. I'm sorry.
Ty, if Bill's not going to be here, which of the current jobs that are open do you think is most intriguing to him? Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Falcons, Commanders.
I would say San Diego, because one is, he's in California. You have a quarterback in Judge Herbert who, shows the size of the potential. He's got stability. He got his new contract, and he's a good player. You put him around, some pieces around him, and then, like I said, San Diego. Now, who wants, Commanders? I would say San Diego. I would. If he's going to go out there, you just talk about, hell, he ain't getting no younger. What does everybody do when they retire? They go to Florida, California, somewhere warm, bones ain't hurt. Bill ain't no damn spring chicken.
And then he'd have Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on defense.
Exactly. And he would be salivating, to have, those guys over there being the defensive mind that he is. So I would say San Diego, if anything.
All right. Well, it continues to be interesting. No decision yet, apparently, or a decision.
Hopefully by the end of the week, man. I can't take it no more. Yeah. I'm like, it's time to figure something out.
Greg, I know, Greg, you prod him a little bit, man. What did he give you? Did he give y'all anything yesterday?
He was not. We did our last interview with him a week ago, so he spoke yesterday and not on this show. But I think it's a lot of what he does is posturing, which I find to be brilliant.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be back. I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't believe it.
That one is to me, he's sitting in the same position as someone like Harbaugh is. Like, it can go either way. I don't think anybody will be that surprised if it went either way, to be honest with you. And like I said, if he's willing to step down, they get the right people in there. You get a Josh McDaniel back to be the offensive coordinator, and Bill, somebody, he just like, you know what? I'm relieving the reins. Hey, you got it. You the GM. I'm just going to coach. Bring me the players. I think that it can work that way, but it's going to be hard for whoever comes in to take that role and have to always feel like have to get his approval and things like that. It's going to be a hard job, for anybody that comes in there.
All right. Well, before you go and get that $1,000 that Lawyer Malloy owes you, based on last night, it's time for the most entertaining play of the game, which is brought to you by Apex Entertainment. Experience the thrills at Apex Entertainment in Marlboro. What do you think it is, Shime?
I mean, there weren't many of them. Was it the Chad Ryland field goal?
I thought it was going to be.
Because he made one?
He actually made one, and it was in the snow. I mean, it was the only point you scored.
I thought you were going to say it was one of them plays from Michigan last night.
Interception.
One of them Edwards touchdowns.
Those Edwards touchdowns were nice.
They were nice last night.
Yeah, I'm like, where was the anything entertaining about the Patriots game? Hell, we done move past that one. I'm surprised y'all watched because I damn sure didn't.
Let's go with the Mike Santrell interception, local kid.
Yeah, that was a big one.
All right, Ty Law, we will talk to you again on Thursday. As always, a pleasure.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there you have it. Ty Law, we'll be right back.